In 1978, something strange landed on the desks of top officials at the CIA. It wasn't about espionage, nuclear threats, or political coups. It was about reincarnation. Yes, the same government agency known for covert operations and intelligence gathering had files tucked away that explored whether human consciousness could survive death and be reborn in another body. These weren't just fringe theories. The documents were filled with classified research, frightening case studies, and unexplained phenomena that even the most skeptical agents couldn't ignore. But why would the CIA care about reincarnation? And more importantly, why have they kept it hidden for so long? Today, we're exposing the secrets buried deep in those files, revealing what the government doesn't want you to know about life after death. 1. The Gateway Project. More than just mind control. Most people know about the CIA's infamous experiments with mind control, like MKUltra, but fewer are aware of the Gateway Project. On the surface, it was about exploring altered states of consciousness to enhance intelligence gathering. But hidden within the pages of declassified documents is something far more bizarre: research into the human soul's ability to transcend time and space, including the possibility of reincarnation. The Gateway Project used techniques like sound waves and meditation to induce out-of-body experiences. Participants reported visions of past lives, describing detailed scenes and people they couldn't possibly have known. The CIA didn't dismiss these accounts. Instead, they catalogued them meticulously, suggesting they believed there was something to it. Why would an intelligence agency spend taxpayer dollars investigating past lives unless they thought it had real-world applications? The scariest part. Some believe the CIA wasn't just curious, they were trying to harness reincarnation as a tool for espionage. Imagine agents recalling skills or languages from previous lives, or even identifying threats based on knowledge they shouldn't logically possess. It sounds like science fiction, but these documents hint it was a reality the CIA seriously considered. 2. The case of James Linger, a child's memory that shocked the agency. One of the most chilling cases hidden in CIA files involves James Linger, a young boy from Louisiana who, at just 2 years old, began having violent nightmares of crashing in a World War II fighter plane. He could recall specific details: the name of the aircraft carrier Natoma Bay, the name of a fellow pilot, and the exact mechanics of the plane he claimed to have flown. His parents were skeptical until they verified every detail. The pilot James spoke of had died in the exact circumstances the boy described. What's even more unsettling is that the CIA took a keen interest in James's story. According to leaked sources, they conducted their own investigations, trying to debunk the case. But the more they dug, the more unexplainable it became. The agency's internal reports suggest they were both fascinated and disturbed by the implications. If a child could remember a past life with such accuracy, what did that mean for the human mind? And could this phenomenon be replicated or controlled? The CIA never released their findings on James, and many believe they buried the case because it raised too many questions they couldn't answer. But the fact that they investigated it at all suggests they were looking for more than just curiosity. They were hunting for something that could shift our understanding of consciousness itself. 3. The Monroe Institute and the CIA's secret partnership. In the 1970s, the Monroe Institute was known for its research into out-of-body experiences and altered states of consciousness. What the public didn't know was that the CIA was quietly funding some of this research, hoping to uncover methods that could unlock the secrets of the human mind, including past life recall. Using sound wave techniques called hemisync, the Monroe Institute guided participants into deep meditative states where they reported vivid experiences of other lives, times, and even dimensions. The CIA's involvement wasn't casual. They saw potential in these techniques for intelligence purposes. If agents could access memories from past lives, could they also retrieve hidden knowledge or anticipate threats? While some of the Monroe Institute's research has been declassified, the files on reincarnation remain heavily redacted. Why? Some believe the CIA discovered methods for triggering past life memories, but feared the public reaction or the ethical implications of using such techniques for espionage. The partnership between a consciousness research institute and the world's most secretive intelligence agency suggests there's far more to the story than we've been told. 4. Soviet experiments in reincarnation, the CIA's global race. During the Cold War, the CIA wasn't just worried about nuclear weapons, they were also racing against the Soviets in the exploration of the human mind. Soviet scientists were notorious for their unconventional experiments, and according to declassified documents, they were deeply invested in studying reincarnation. The CIA took notice. Reports suggest the Soviets were using hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and even chemical substances to trigger past life memories in test subjects. The results were unsettling. Some participants described detailed events from historical periods with uncanny accuracy, including information not found in public records. The CIA, fearing the Soviets might unlock a new kind of psychological warfare, ramped up their own research. The Cold War wasn't just fought with weapons and spies, it was a battle for control over the human mind. The CIA's obsession with keeping pace with Soviet advancements in reincarnation research suggests they believed this knowledge could be weaponized. But what did they discover that made them keep it secret for decades? 5. The CIA's interest in Eastern philosophies. While the Western world largely dismissed reincarnation as superstition, the CIA took a different approach. They sent agents to countries like India and Tibet, where reincarnation wasn't just a belief, it was a fundamental part of the culture. These agents weren't just observing religious practices, they were documenting cases of verified reincarnation, where children recalled past lives with startling detail and accuracy. One infamous case involved the Dalai Lama's selection process, where young children identified personal belongings from their previous incarnations without prompting. The CIA studied these rituals, hoping to understand how such precise memories could be transferred from one life to another. Was it cultural conditioning, or was there a scientific explanation lurking beneath the surface? The agency's deep dive into Eastern philosophies wasn't just academic. They believed these ancient traditions might hold keys to unlocking human potential or even creating a new breed of operatives with knowledge and skills spanning multiple lifetimes. But whatever they found, they kept it quiet, raising the question, what did they uncover that they didn't want the world to know? 6. Hypnosis and the CIA's attempts to trigger past life memories. Hypnosis has long been used to access hidden memories, but the CIA took it a step further. In the 1960s, they began experimenting with using hypnosis to deliberately trigger past life recollections. Their goal? To see if these memories could be manipulated or even used for intelligence purposes. Subjects under hypnosis described lifetimes they had no conscious knowledge of, detailing events, places, and people with eerie precision. The CIA wasn't just fascinated by the phenomenon, they wanted to see if it could be controlled. Could agents be hypnotized to retrieve useful information from a past life? Could adversaries be manipulated by accessing their deepest unconscious memories? The experiments raised more questions than answers. Some subjects reported traumatic experiences that left lasting psychological scars, leading the CIA to quietly shelve the project. But the files remain classified, suggesting the agency discovered something they weren't ready to share with the public. 7. Remote viewing and reincarnation. The overlap no one expected. The CIA's remote viewing program, Stargate, was designed to train individuals to see distant locations using only their minds. But something unexpected happened during these sessions. Some participants began describing not just distant places, but different times. They claimed to witness events from centuries past, experiencing them as if they were first-hand memories. The agency initially dismissed these reports as noise, but patterns began to emerge. Some remote viewers consistently reported experiences that aligned with known historical events, down to minute details that hadn't been widely documented. The CIA began to wonder, were these participants simply accessing hidden information, or were they tapping into memories of past lives? While much of the Stargate Project has been declassified, the overlap with reincarnation remains largely unexplored in public records. The idea that remote viewing could inadvertently unlock past life memories suggests the CIA stumbled onto something far bigger than they anticipated. 8. The missing files. Why key documents on reincarnation disappeared. In the late 1980s, several key documents related to the CIA's research on reincarnation mysteriously vanished from official archives. Whistleblowers claim these files contained groundbreaking discoveries, methods for accessing past lives, evidence of reincarnation in controlled experiments, and even cases of operatives recalling useful intelligence from previous existences. Why did these files disappear? Some believe they were destroyed to prevent public outrage or ethical backlash. Others suggest the information was too valuable to risk exposure and was moved to even more secure locations. The missing files raise an uncomfortable question. What did the CIA find that they were so desperate to keep hidden? The disappearance of these documents isn't just a bureaucratic mishap. It points to a deliberate effort to bury evidence that could change our understanding of life, death, and consciousness. And if the CIA is hiding this information, what else are they keeping from us? 9. The CIA's use of reincarnation in psychological warfare. While it sounds like science fiction, there are reports suggesting the CIA explored using reincarnation as a tool in psychological warfare. The idea was simple, but chilling. If you could convince an adversary that their current life was influenced by mistakes or traumas from a past life, you could manipulate their behavior in the present. Through targeted hypnosis, suggestion, and even staged evidence, the CIA experimented with planting ideas about past lives in subjects' minds. The goal was to destabilize enemies, making them question their own memories and identities. While there's little public documentation on the success of these experiments, the fact that they were attempted at all reveals how seriously the agency took reincarnation as a psychological tool. This wasn't just about understanding the phenomenon, it was about weaponizing it. And if the CIA found ways to manipulate people using their beliefs in past lives, what does that mean for how our own memories and identities could be influenced? 10. What the CIA's silence on reincarnation really means. Despite all the evidence, experiments, and case studies, the CIA has remained largely silent on their findings about reincarnation. Why? Some believe the agency uncovered truths about human consciousness that were too disruptive to share. If reincarnation is real, it challenges not only our understanding of life and death, but also the foundations of power, control, and identity. The CIA's silence suggests one of two things. Either they found nothing of value and buried the research to avoid embarrassment, or they discovered something so profound it had to be kept secret. Given the lengths they went to in studying reincarnation, the second option seems more likely. In the end, the CIA's secret files on reincarnation don't just hint at what lies beyond death, they reveal how far governments will go to control the mysteries of the human mind. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.